Ever wonder how a first lady could have ties to the supernatural? Edith Wilson, America's first lady from 1915 to 1921, had a collection of dolls that were anything but ordinary. Born in Virginia to a family of Southern aristocrats, Edith Galt Wilson was a woman of grace and charm who captured the heart of President Woodrow Wilson. During an official state visit, she received a gift that would forever change her perception of the ordinary: a set of finely crafted dolls. These were not mere trinkets. They were exquisitely detailed and seemingly alive with character. But not long after their arrival, the dolls began to exhibit peculiar traits. The once serene White House started experiencing unexplained events. Doors would creak open in the dead of night, lights flickered without reason, and whispers floated through the halls. What was initially a charming collection soon turned into a chilling mystery that would haunt the White House. The dolls, each with their own unique appearance, started to exhibit some eerie behavior. They weren't just the innocent playthings they had seemed to be. Imagine a room filled with dolls, each one different from the other, and yet a common thread of the uncanny binds them together. In the quiet of the night, the dolls seemed to come to life. They would be found in different positions from where they were initially placed, as if they were moving of their own accord. An arm lifted here, a head turned there, subtle shifts that suggested something more than just the effects of gravity or the occasional gust of wind. Objects around the dolls started to mysteriously relocate themselves. A hairbrush that was placed on the dresser would be found on the floor, a book moved from the shelf to the table, a teacup shifted from the kitchen to the drawing room. These were not just random instances of forgetfulness. The pattern was clear. The phenomena centered around the dolls. Then there were the noises, soft whispers in the dead of night, the faint sound of laughter, the rustle of tiny feet scampering across the wooden floor. The sounds were faint, nearly imperceptible, but unmistakably there. It was as if the dolls were whispering secrets to one another, sharing private jokes, and causing mischief after the world had gone to bed. The staff of the White House, known for their stoicism and professionalism, couldn't ignore the strange occurrences. The whispers grew louder, the unease more palpable. The dolls were no longer viewed as mere objects of play or decoration. There was something more to them, something that couldn't be explained by logic or reason. A sense of dread started to permeate the White House. The dolls, once a source of joy and amusement for Edith Wilson, had taken on a darker, more sinister persona. The White House staff started to grow uneasy, whispering of ghostly spirits inhabiting the dolls. Determined to find an explanation, Edith Wilson began an investigation into the strange phenomena. Now, it's one thing to witness inexplicable events, but it's another entirely to take the bull by the horns and delve into the unknown. And that's exactly what the First Lady did. To shed light on the dark mysteries surrounding the dolls, Mrs. Wilson turned to those who were believed to have a better understanding of the supernatural: mediums and spiritualists. These were the people who, in the early part of the 20th century, claimed to have the ability to communicate with the other side. It was a bold move, one that required a great deal of courage and an open mind. In this quest for answers, the White House became a hub of spiritual investigations. Mediums and spiritualists from across the country were brought in, each with their own methods and tools, each promising to unravel the enigma of the haunted dolls. And yet, as each session passed, it became clear that the dolls were not willing to give up their secrets easily. Each investigation often ended with more unanswered questions. There were accounts of mediums who, after conducting their sessions, were left shaken and refused to return to the White House, their faces pale and eyes wide with fear. They spoke of an overwhelming presence, a dark energy that was too powerful and too unsettling. Some claimed they had heard the dolls whispering in an unknown tongue, while others swore they had seen the dolls move on their own. And as these reports seeped into the public consciousness, the dolls' reputation took a darker turn. They were no longer just playthings. They were entities that held a mysterious power, a force that was beyond human comprehension. And so the investigation continued, with each new experience only adding to the enigma. The mystery deepened, and the doll's eerie reputation only grew. The First Lady's courageous quest for answers had only led to a labyrinth of uncertainties, and the haunted dolls of Edith Wilson remained inscrutable. To this day, the mystery of Edith Wilson's haunted dolls remains unsolved. The tale of these eerie playthings has been passed down through generations, their unsettling presence a constant reminder of an unexplained enigma within the White House walls. The story of these dolls, once mere child's playthings, has morphed into an age-old puzzle that continues to baffle even the most seasoned of paranormal investigators. Let's recap the tale. We know these dolls arrived in the White House during the tenure of President Woodrow Wilson, a gift to the First Lady, Edith Wilson. Not long after, strange occurrences began to transpire, with inexplicable noises and movements attributed to these dolls. In spite of numerous investigations, no definitive explanation has ever been provided for these unusual happenings. Over the years, several theories have been proposed to explain this ongoing mystery. Some say the dolls are cursed objects, imbued with dark magic from a disgruntled individual who had a vendetta against the Wilson family. Others believe the dolls to be vessels for restless spirits, perhaps former White House residents unable to let go of their earthly ties. Then there are those who speculate that the dolls are a manifestation of the collective fears and anxieties of those within the White House, their eerie presence a psychological manifestation rather than a supernatural phenomenon. And of course, there are skeptics who dismiss the entire tale as a figment of overactive imaginations, fueled by the high-stress environment of the presidential residence. Despite the multitude of theories, the truth behind the haunted dolls of Edith Wilson remains elusive. Each new investigation yields more questions than answers. The dolls silent in their ceramic and cloth forms, their secrets locked away, perhaps forever. The Haunted Dolls of Edith Wilson, a chilling tale from the White House that continues to intrigue and perplex. One must wonder, are the dolls merely objects of superstition, or do they hold a deeper, darker secret?